Time now for your forewarned weather with Cedric Haynes.
Welcome back, Cedric. I feel like it's the perfect afternoon. We've got the sun shining. You said the cobalt blue sky.
Oh, that's what we call it around here.
Yeah.
Now, some people may not agree about the cobalt part, but I think it's cobalt.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I go with. So.
And,
Yeah.
hey, maybe some good weather for those tulips.
Oh man, I tell you, it is tulip. You know what happens next week? The Tulip Festival at Thanksgiving Point.
like you would be all
I
about
would love that.
Yeah.
Like what, you get to like make your own bouquet and everything?
Well, I'm not exactly sure what happens.
You at least get to walk through them.
Wait a minute now. No follow-ups.
Hold on now.
No follow-ups now.
Okay,
Don't ask.
sorry.
I just know that the festival happens next.
Hey, you can walk through them at
Yes,
least.
yes.
They're
But if
beautiful.
you go, you can let us know exactly what we do
Yeah.
there. So,
Okay,
yeah.
fine. Or we can all go.
Well,
All right.
I got my allergy medication.
I got my answer. In that pause, I got my answer.
Well, yeah, Matt
How about
still-
we just get to that picture?
Yeah, let's get to the picture. In case you can't go, or you just can't wait to go, hey, take a look at these tulips here. I want to send a special shout out to Meg, who always sends us in some wonderful pictures, for sending in this great shot of some of the tulips already in full effect there at Thanksgiving Point. And you can see some nice colors showing up there. Just a nice scene here. And you know, after all the rain that we've seen over the past couple of days, yeah, it's pretty nice. They've got some nice gulps of water out there that's really helping them out to get that vibrant color. All right, Chris Williams sending in this beautiful drone shot yesterday of the sun setting in South Jordan. And you could also see we had those clouds that were adding a little bit of texture to the sky. So the colors and the texture helping to lead to just a beautiful sunset as we take a little panoramic view here across the valley areas here with that nice sunset yesterday evening after we start to see that storm system moving away. And hey, let's check in with our friends over at Bryan Head down there in southern Utah. Improving conditions. We're back to being able to see the picnic tables and to look off into the distance there as we've kind of gotten rid of the actual falling snow. But notice, yeah, they still have some snow cover on the ground despite things drying out and temperatures warming up. And it'll probably do stay that way over the next couple of days. Here's the view from Ivins, Utah. Blue skies here over the Black Desert Resort. Of course, while we were wrapping up the championship last week, especially this weekend into early this week, we had a lot of cloudy skies, damp conditions. But as you can see out there this afternoon, just a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. And in Provo, as you can see, we got a couple of folks walking around out there. I know they just had a graduation, but looks like they've got still some folks out there on campus. And we've got blue skies showing up there with just a couple of fair weather clouds. Outside the studios, oh yeah, just a beautiful afternoon there. You know, we had those canyon winds last night, especially in portions of Davis and Weber counties that were gusting up to 40, 50 miles per hour. But now we've seen that calm down a little bit. We did have some winds around 20, 30 miles per hour earlier today. Temperatures in the 60s pretty much now for most areas here as we're seeing that sunshine helping to boost these numbers up quite a bit. High pressure, the big blue H, that's our weather friend helping to push all the moisture in that storm system out of here. And now we've got some drier air that's beginning to work its way in from the north and west. And that's going to be with us here for the next several days. So get ready for that. In fact, it's all about the heat dome that builds this weekend. Temperatures some 10 to 20 degrees above average starting Friday, going through your Saturday into Sunday as well. Sunday will add in that southwesterly wind. That'll be ahead of our next storm system. But before it arrives, your Mother's Day weekend looking pretty good. We'll call it warm here across the Wasatch Front, mid to upper 80s for highs. But in St. George, how about sunshine and hot conditions with highs into the mid 90s? So, yeah, it is going to be quite toasty as we go throughout this weekend. A taste of summer. But don't worry, we've got another active weather pattern that looks to return as we head into next week, especially about Tuesday, Wednesday, and beyond. We get into a more cooler and unsettled weather pattern once again back into the region. All right, St. George, upper 70s today. Slight chance of an isolated shower, but I think most of us are going to stay dry today as that dry air moves in. We're in the mid-80s for your Thursday. That's your transition day. Then we're in the low to mid-90s as we go into the upcoming weekend. So get ready for the heat. The Wasatch Front, we've got a slight chance of a sprinkle today. Low 70s. Again, most of us will stay dry. Near 80 for your Thursday. We are in the mid to upper 80s this weekend with primarily dry conditions, just a very slight chance of a pop-up as we go into the weekend with a little more humidity. So overall, get ready for a nice taste of summer.